Hello. Um, can you hear me fine? Like, can you hear that I'm talking? Everyone can hear me fine, right? Just making sure that you guys can hear me. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. If you're new here, my name's Alan Achilles. I'm a freelance photographer here in Niskayuna, and I would appreciate if you could subscribe, but I can't make you do anything like that. Most of you guys are probably not new, but we're gonna be editing some photos today. Photos I took today. We're gonna be doing some Photoshop and some Lightroom. So let's get started. First of all, we're gonna get these in right orientation. And we're gonna start editing. So I'm just gonna start selecting the ones that are mildly good. So this one's good. Good, good, good. Okay. Good. 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 Okay, that's it. Okay. And then I'm gonna filter these out. Okay. And so this one, I'm just gonna check a preset on all of these. Okay, well, maybe not all of these. Okay. This one, actually this one's bright, but I'm gonna lower the exposure a bit. Put a graduated filter. Right, let's do like this. And then lower the exposure. Alright, this is pretty decent. Actually, I am gonna increase the shadows a bit because his jacket is pretty dark. Let's put another graduated filter on the floor here. And let's decrease the exposure. Add a bit of clarity. Like actually quite a bit of clarity. What else should we do? Oh god. let's do a radio filter, which is one of my favorite tools around the subject. Like this. Just to make them come out more. This is a really powerful tool. And make sure you hit invert so you only affect the stuff inside the circle, unless if you want to affect stuff outside the circle, then don't click invert. We're just gonna, what should we do? Make it a bit warmer. A bit warmer inside the circle. Kind of draw you in. What else should we do? Let's lower the shadows just a slight bit. Increase the contrast. And that, it looks pretty good to me. Also, by the way, guys, if you guys have any questions on why I did something and or just question about photography in general, you guys can ask me in the chat, because why not? So just making sure that the gradient is pretty smooth throughout. It is. Okay, so here, let me update my sorry, I was just checking Discord, my bad. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I think that this image is pretty good. I might do something else with it later on. In fact, actually that's stuff I could just get rid of in Photoshop. I'll do that. Alright, so this one, we're also going to start off with a gradient, graduated filter, just to make the sky a bit less, the sky a bit more underexposed. Let's make it a bit more stormy-like. Lower the temperature, not too much. To about 5 is good. What else should we do? Let's make the highlights go down, make the contrast higher, but also make the shadows go up. Not like there's much shadows in the sky, but okay. Stefan, what did you do? All right. Okay. We're gonna grab another gradient, do this to the floor, but not too much, just like a slight bit. Yeah, Stefan, try not to do those things, because that'd be great. Alright, let's... What was I doing? Let's increase the clarity. So pretty much the same thing as we did in the last image, but we'll just... same graduated filter. Alright, let's invert the filter. Make it not brighter. Sorry. Okay, let's make it nothing effect. Okay, oh, that's too warm. Like 12 is fine. And feather. I want it to be the maximum feather because we want the transition to be as smooth as possible. Let's make shadows go up a bit, but the highlights go down. And then in Photoshop, as you can see, this mask is like off, but in Photoshop I would make it like glow and light up, just to make it more like what it would be like if it was actually on and we could see what the light looked like. I think I'm gonna quickly, just because these are things that are very hard to get rid of in Lightroom, so I'll just do this. Just do this. Perfect. Done. Just I'm gonna show before and after. Before, after. Quite a bit of difference, I think. Actually, something I didn't realize is that I need to get my lines straight, because that's something that a photographer should do. Always get their lines straight. Actually, should be. Let's move it a bit towards the side. No, that doesn't look good. I think that's fine. This line isn't so straight, but it's whatever. Okay. Oopsie-doo. Alright. This image is pretty good. I have, like I said, I'm gonna make the mask glow and gonna do other things, but that's about it. For this image is pretty much gonna be the same as this. In fact, I'll sync their settings. You just have to select them both, click sync, and I'm gonna do everything but the spot removal, crop. I'm gonna lens corrections. Well, I didn't do any lens corrections, so that's not that much. Transform, effects, I'm not gonna do anything. Coloration, I'm not gonna do anything. Everything else I'm gonna keep. And this image should look very similar. Just gotta select just this image. And again, just before and after. I like sort of Halloween-y vibe to this picture. The dark sky and all that stuff. This picture, honestly, it's not as good as the other ones. So I think I'm gonna take this one out. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it 0. There you go. Okay. So this image, I'm gonna just looking at presets, what they do. Not so great. Not so great. Not so great. Okay, so let's. I think this one looks the best, and we can just always tweak it. Add a little more contrast to the sky. That looks pretty darn sick. Clarity, let's leave it at where it is, and let's start doing some masking. Okay, we're gonna make this ball come out because that's kind of what I want to do in Photoshop. I don't know if my skills in Photoshop are very limited. I really don't know much about Photoshop, but I'm gonna try making this ball glow in Photoshop. And actually, I don't think that this is a good use of the. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a adjustment brush, and that's gonna be much easier to. Okay, well, let's deselect this and zoom in a slight bit. Maybe not this much. Okay, actually this much is fine. And just make sure we cover the entire ball and try not getting his fingers, because that will screw up the skin tones. No, let's not do that. Okay, this seems pretty good. Let's make the warmth, because I'm gonna try making this blue. Let's try making the warmth bluer. Not 250, let's 40, it looks pretty good. Let's do some, let's remove this. I'm just gonna do that in Photoshop. What else? Let's do more of this. Let's paint over this. I don't know if this will look good, but that's just the point of editing. The point of editing is just that you do it and you try different things and see how it turns out. And it sometimes will turn out amazing and sometimes it'll turn out shit. It's just the way it works. Let's not make it that dark. Let's make it just a tiny bit dark. How much can I? Yeah, the feather I want to be 100. Okay, all of this stuff was, yeah, it seemed pretty good. Let's make the clouds a bit smooth and the contrast a bit larger and, I mean, higher. All right. Seems pretty good. Just gotta. All right. Done. And before, after. Not a big difference, but I'm not trying to go super crazy with these edits. You know, they're not like. Actually, something that I think would look cool is if we. No. I'm trying to see what if a cooler picture would look better, but I think this looks, it's about the sweet spot. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the results of that one, and with those I think I'm gonna pretty much sync those all because I'm not doing much. None of that. What else should I not do? Yeah, this, okay, synchronize. Okay, these were significantly underexposed compared to those. Okay, I think that these two are the best. I'm gonna brighten this one up just a bit, not that much, but like that seems good. I'm gonna crop it as well because it's not very symmetrical in that sense. Let's see, let's keep the original. That's not the original. Why is it doing that? Original, there you go. This is a significant crop. I should have just been smarter with my composition, but still pretty sharp. We're focused on the ball here. Yeah, okay, that's good. All right. This seems pretty good for our first batch of images. Now I'm just gonna go back to this one and see. Just it's always good to just, when you finish editing all of them, once you get to the end, just go back and just look at them with a second, well, with a fresh eye, I guess, whatever you want to call it. The point is just so you just go over the images and just think whether you want to change something else. Like for example, with this one, I think that it would draw more to the subject if the graduated filter here was a bit darker. That will drag you more. Already the leading lines are focused, that will make you focus on him, and this just helps those be better. And actually the lines here I didn't get quite straight. This should be more like that. The sky here should be a bit darker like I put on the other images. Okay, that looks good. And then what else? Nothing else, I think. Okay, yeah, I think that looks relatively good. Let's what else do I want to add? Always click. It sometimes will do nothing, and sometimes it will. It's just always useful to just click remove chromatic aberration, because if there's none, it doesn't matter. But if there is some, it just fixes it. So it's just a mindless thing that takes no effort to do. I want to see if a vignette would work well with this. No, I want a negative around. Again, I'm going with a really moody edit. To me, this looks good. For you guys, this might look terrible, but for me, it looks good. So, I don't know. It works well with me, so. This looks good to me. What else? I think that this is it. For this picture at least. This I would like a vignette for sure. Not actually, like, let's do like 3. It's because it's such a small difference that like it just adds to the picture, in my opinion. That's about it. I'm not really touching any of this because I don't really care much about the color in this picture. Actually, I could enhance the oranges. But just let's do like 5. Let's do a relatively quick. Decrease the blues. Make it more aqua. Decrease the saturation though. Wait, I'm very curious if I can. Can I? Yes, I can. I'm gonna bring out the saturation of the sky because I think that it actually it's too much. Let's do like 19. That's better. Okay. Overall before. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Why did I click that? Overall before and after, pretty decent, I think. So yeah, let's move on. This picture, I think that this one's fine because I think I'm probably gonna end up going with this one, but I'll show you a trick in Photoshop that I can add more leaves to the picture, and I'll show that. Okay, this one, it honestly looks fine to me. I don't think I need that much. I think this one's probably gonna be the one that I go with out of these 3. And yeah, I think that maybe slightly blue. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to move this point. I'm not losing that much detail here, am I? No, I'm not. Okay, I was just making sure because, ooh, here I lost quite a bit of detail here. Once you can see here, like, some of these presets, I kind of took my camera and pushed it to its limits in the raw files because it is an entry level DSLR, so it doesn't have the best raw files. But here it just an example of how, let's say, how should I put it? It's just like, as you can see, the finger just got muddy. So like that's not something you want, but I don't think it's that noticeable. In fact, if I just paint over it like this, increase the exposure but not that much, it should go away like that. Yeah, like that's so much better. It's just like small difference. So yeah, it's just something to look out for. Nothing that important, but yeah. I think that these I'm just gonna take into Photoshop. So I'm gonna export all of these, and then I'm gonna make them open in Photoshop. Just gonna right click, export. Actually, I think that there's an option to or where's this? I think that this is an option. It's like open in Photoshop or edit in Adobe Photoshop 2021. Yeah, there you go. And we just take these, you open Photoshop here, and they're gonna start opening like that. And I think that's all the photos. Yeah, it is. Okay. So honestly, with this one, I don't think I'm gonna be doing much with it. So I don't think I'm gonna be taking it into Photoshop. Actually, I lied. I think I'm gonna go into this the healing brush tool, my favorite tool in Photoshop, and just remove some of the stuff here that we don't need. Like this, for example. We don't need this to show at least as much. It's not that distracting. This, on the other hand, they're bright red signs, so I think I'm gonna remove this one. At least make it more blurred. What's clone stamp tool? That's better. Yeah, so we're just gonna get rid of this slowly but surely. And this takes time, but it's worth the extra better results. So, and also always make sure when using the clone stamp tool, always make sure that you take stuff from like random spots, because that just makes the image look a lot more realistic. Because if it's just one same spot that you're taking it off, it just won't make much sense. Okay, so like here, I'm gonna start taking stuff from here and just slowly patch it up. And I don't know if you guys can hear my mouse, but I'm just like spam clicking, because if I just do like a drawing like this, it's less random. So like, again, it's just annoying, but it's worth the extra results. In fact, I screwed up whatever I just did there. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but do you guys like the music? Cause like I can change it. I didn't know what music to do. So like, yeah, it doesn't look bad. Nope, yep, that's fine. Yeah, no, I'm curious if this is good music, if I should use for other streams, because like, I don't know what you guys like, so yeah. Let's do, oops, that was a mistake I made. Okay, now the hard part here is trying not to screw up the leaves, because oh god, my hands, I haven't even done a whole picture and my hands are already starting to hurt. Oops. Let's undo that. Oh god. And like something I like to laugh about is that like I'm doing all of this for an image that is probably gonna, like, the people that are viewing it are probably not gonna notice it, but I have not taken a spot in a while. It's this little, there are these little spots that are like really hard to get.
We only serve paying customers, so you'll have to order more than water. If you're broke, go somewhere else. Huh?
Sorry, I've been really quiet. I just wanted to get that done. Okay. So I forgot to make a extra copy so I could show you guys the before and after. It's probably not very significant. I just got rid of the 2 signs. This I want to keep there because I don't know. I just like it. It's just, it makes the background a bit more interesting. So I don't want those red signs that can distract people from the image, but like these things that are brown and blurred out, it doesn't really matter if they're there or not. So I think I'm just gonna leave them. And so this one, so I'm debating with which one, like, okay, I'm just gonna show you a cool trick that I think is very useful when you take these types of pictures. I'm just gonna bring this. Let's not make that locked. Oh yeah, by the way, it just makes it easier if you just unlock everything, unless if it's a background that you don't want to change. So that's just a pro tip. That's just alright. So let's do the move tool, and you're just gonna start off by lining them up. But as you can see, if I bring down the opacity as this, and I'm just trying to merge them and bring them to the same spot, so you can see this. The positioning is weird. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the move tool and just with the arrows just adjust it to a point that it's relatively close. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's relatively close to what it is. I think this is relatively close, and I'm just gonna make this layer go below. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a mask on this one. Make sure, so empty mask is like, it's not deleting any. This is really, a mask is a non-destructive eraser in a sense. So you can erase or yeah, mask away, erase, whatever you want to call it, and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and only like, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. You can always just go to black by clicking white by clicking X and just paint back everything that you didn't have correct before. So that's what I like about a mask. So I'm just gonna paint in some let's not do that. Paint in some of the leaves from the other picture that weren't. And I'm also slightly making some of the leaves like transparent and stuff. I think it just makes it more ghost-like in a sense. If that doesn't make any sense to you guys, I would completely understand why it doesn't make any sense to you guys. But yeah, honestly, I didn't really like the way it looked, so I'm just gonna delete the mask and the layer, and I'm just gonna do what I wanted to do with the mask in Photoshop. So I'm gonna do the pen tool, and I'm gonna zoom in really close to Stefan, and I'm just gonna make this very quick. Doesn't have to be completely exact because it's pretty far away from anyone to tell, for anyone to tell. But if you want to be really, and like you're getting paid and stuff, I'm not getting paid, I'm just doing this for fun. Like, then just, I don't know, just, I really don't know what to tell you. I just do a better job, I guess. Just be like, zoom in really close and just make sure you're doing it pixel by pixel and they're pretty even. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make this, how many should, 10 pixels maybe. I think that 10 pixels should be fine. And I'm gonna pick a color, blue. Alright. And I haven't done this in a while, but I think I can just do just, and then do make selection. Yes, I can make this 10. Maybe not 10. 10 may be a bit too much. 10 might be a bit too excessive. Let's do 1. See how that. Okay, 1 is too thin. Let's do 5 maybe. I forgot I need to click enter. You know, I think that 4 should be good. That's good. Okay. And you guys, you're probably thinking to yourself, Alan, you messed up. There's a line going, and like, okay, I know, and we're gonna fix that right now. So we're gonna, what am I trying to say? We're gonna click on this, and first of all, we're gonna go to the brush tool and do a mask. Again, a mask is so much better than an eraser, so I just highly recommend for you guys to use a mask. It's just significantly better, in my opinion at least. If you don't want to do a mask, that's completely fine. And yeah, so let's paint on black, which, okay, we're just gonna do this, completely erase it. Okay, that seems pretty fine to me. And we're gonna be done and just zoom out. And you're probably thinking, this is really sloppy, but I'm gonna do something that will make it just so much better, like incredibly better. So for now, we're just gonna do another X, and, or, well, you know what I meant. So let's, what am I doing? This. You're probably, the fact that I'm saying what am I doing probably is concerning you, considering the fact that I am probably watching to learn, and I'm probably failing at that. But if you learn something, I win. Okay, if you learn something, I'm gonna be proud of myself. And then just nope, that's not something I wanted to do. And now we're just gonna do the blush tool. Oh wait, Okay, I made a slight bit oopsie. Make selection. Okay. Brush tool. Click the shape. Mask. And for some reason this got so much thinner. I don't know why. Oh, I see. It's because I... Okay, so let's redo that and let's make this significantly smaller. It's gonna erase this. And as you can see, I'm missing by a little bit, but like it's so far that, can you tell? I don't think so. So for some reason this got painted out. Just gonna do that. Okay, and this is a bit, there you go. Okay, so that's pretty good. In fact, I'm gonna make this a bit smoother because X's don't have those things. Okay, that looks nice. Alright, this is where it's gonna get a bit annoying. Actually not really. I think that this is fine. Let's zoom out a slight bit, because that way we don't have that grid. Let's do this to here. That's really bad. That to there. Nope. To there. That's better. To here. To here. To here. I think that looks good. Selection. Okay. Mask. Well, we're just gonna make sure that this is white. Make sure that this is white. Brush it out. Alright. And then we're gonna click X again. Make sure that you're clicking X to make the brush black or a different color. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's the opposite color. And then you just do that, and then you're done. And there you go. So next, this is where it gets a bit tricky for sure. But you just have to go in a different way. So not different, it's the same way, just make sure you're doing it right, I guess. I'm just going across these. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I'll adjust those later. I don't think I really need to do a mask. Let's do a mask. I don't know. We'll see how it is when we zoom out all the way. Just do pen again. Just click here and here. Never mind. Click here and there. That is not the way I want to do it. Let's do from the bottom up to the side here to the bottom. That looks cool. Make selection. Okay, and let's mask. let's do the brush tool. Make sure that's the wrong thing. Well, I made a mistake, so I can just do this. Perfect. So let's click X again, zoom in a bit more, make sure that these are not connecting in any way. Looks really sloppy when you go up, but hey, it's not gonna make that big of a difference when we do the actual stuff. So essentially I'm gonna make the mask glow. That's all I really want to do. Top here to the top there, and then to the top here to the top here, and then nope, why did I do that? I don't know why it makes it smaller. Why does this make it smaller? Okay, then let's mask it out, because that's something we definitely need to do here. I'm drawing on black, yes. And I didn't do such a good job doing that, so I'm just gonna go here, exit, just fill this stuff in. Just fill this stuff in. Okay, that looks good. Again, it looks really bad now, but it's gonna look better later. Honestly, one big one should just do it here. Okay, this one, I don't know why I did that. Alright, so let's what am I doing? Why am I so bad at Photoshop? Boom. Okay. So no, I don't think we need a. Just gonna do one like that. And then one like this. And there's a leaf, so let's do this. Let's do this. Slightly bit curved. Let's do this. And let's do, oops. Let's do this. Perfect. Okay. Now, this looks, it actually doesn't look that bad from like a distance, but I kind of want to make it glow. So we made 13 layers here full of stuff, and it'd be crazy to go and make all of these separately glow. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna select them all. Make sure we select them all, and then click this little file button here, and that will put them all in a group conveniently, so you can edit them all as one congruent group, or you could just treat it as a normal layer, just if they were merged. Now what I could have done was merge the layers, but I didn't want to do that for the reason that if I did that, I would have to, if I made a mistake here and I wanted to just go back to the original stuff, I would just have to undo a bunch of steps, and that would take longer. It wouldn't be as convenient. So we're just gonna do this, and yep. So I'm just looking at this one because I think that this one might be better than this one. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this one better, or is this one better? What do you guys think? No one. Okay. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this to screen. I'm gonna duplicate it with Control J, duplicate it, and then to this, I believe. Oh, I cannot. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna. Okay. I just converted this group into a smart object. Okay, the second one's better. All right. I'll edit that one as well, I guess. That just might take a bit longer. I don't know. So then we do filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and let's not do 8. Let's do 5 to start off. And then duplicate that and add another Gaussian blur and make it 10. So that went from that. Actually, let's all put these groups into one group. Boom. We went from that to that. I don't know if you guys notice. Well, I mean, you guys definitely notice the difference, but I don't know. Do you guys like the difference? Is it like significant enough that you would notice or like care about at least? Because I like it more like this, and as you can see, like it still doesn't look perfect, but like it glows significantly more. So do you guys like this picture? I'll keep editing the other one while you guys reply. I don't think, okay, so I don't think I'm gonna edit this one now, for the reason that I don't want this to be that long of a stream, so I want to get to these other photos that I have other plans for. And yeah, so let's get to this one. This one, I have to be a bit more accurate with the pen, because I need to like make this as accurate as possible. Actually, that wasn't that great. Let's make this here to here to here to here to here. Oh god, we're gonna be here for a while, aren't we? Okay. Thank you, Stefan. Honestly, I don't care if I'm in Photoshop for like 4 hours if I produce a good image. If I produce a good image, I feel like it's worth my time. Okay, let's make it blue. How thick is this? Actually, let's just physically go up and count. Whoopsie doo. This is like what? 2 pixels or so. 3 maybe. I think that it's like more like 3, 2.5, something like that. Yeah, it looks better. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna control get out. Gonna get a bit closer. Doesn't really matter if I'm entirely perfect, but I want to be as accurate as possible. Not like my mouse is that accurate. No, the mouse I have is good. It works. That's all that matters, right? 'Cause that's all you need in a mouse, right? Just it works. I mean, that's not true. Most people are gonna disagree with me, but now, see, when you make those sort of mistakes and you like mess up on something very ridiculous, you just start rethinking whether it's, I don't know, what am I saying? Okay, oh God. You know, if you guys are still watching, I honestly just, I feel bad for you. I mean, so the fact that you're this bored, that you're just watching me, frick this. The fact that you're just watching me do this and just watch me completely and utterly fail at Photoshop skills, it's just a bit sad. I'm not saying like you're sad, I'm just saying that the fact that you're still here. I mean, if you're doing something else and you're just doing it, watching this to support me, that's just great. And if you're actually here to learn, well, that's good, and that's probably what you guys should be here for, and that's probably the only reason you guys would be staying and watching me do this. Okay. Nope. That's not something I wanted to do. I did not want to open this. Nope. God damn it. Okay, there you go. Perfect. This looks so perfect. Alright, okay. I have so much more. So much more. Okay. I'm gonna be a bit quicker because I want to make the stream not 2 hours long. I mean, I would love to have the stream be 2 hours long, but I'm sure you guys wouldn't, so we're not gonna do that. Also, if you're new here and you didn't hear me at the beginning, I would love if you could subscribe. That'd just be so helpful and make it worth my time to spend hours and hours trying to make content for you guys, even though I haven't been posting videos that much, and I'm sorry about that, but it was mainly just because I just have been very busy with things that I couldn't necessarily prioritize over YouTube. So bonjour for whoever said that. Thank you for coming and having me fail at Photoshop. It's like I see the imperfections that like I know don't matter, but like I'm trying my best not to be a perfectionist, cause like, okay, well, we can't see that from that. It's looking better. Let's do this. Why am I not that zoomed in? Let's that perfect. Okay, so this looks pretty nice, I think, for the eyes. I mean, technically those are his eyes, but X's, let's put it that way. Dude, I did not. All right, because we wanted to have it on, but then okay, let's do this. Let's unlock that. All right, so Just gotta spot healing brush, take this away, make it all disappear, make all my problems disappear. No, that's not what it does, but no, honestly, the clone stem tool would just be so much better. If it could be bigger, that'd be great. There you go. I was like, it's not selecting. So what's the go here? Okay. Just get rid of these mushy spots. Okay. Oops, I kind of took away part of his ear. Okay, this needs to go way lower. Alright. Wire gone. Okay, that's not that noticeable. Let's keep going. Wouldn't that be lovely? Let's keep going and watching Alan try to do Photoshop. Okay, let's do the pen tool. You guys are probably not laughing at all, and that's because why was he timed out for, Stefan? What you doing there? What's the plan you got there? I just really want to know what's the problem? Why did he get kicked? Stupid. I don't think that's very appropriate for at least why you fired him. Or not fired him, fired. Got rid of him. Because that's, yeah. Seems to be a lot bigger than the other ones. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense than what you said before. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Of my lack of being able to create good content, or my lack of skill of Photoshop, or photography questions about cameras, any questions, just put them down. And that'd be great for me to answer, because that's just another thing I need to talk about, because it's not like it's that easy to make content for, what is it, 2 viewers? So let's do, what do you think, 3? That should be, I said 3. Let's do 5. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, 5 looks a lot better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Wait, these not match? They don't. Why do they not match? Oh my god. I want this to be blue. I want them to match. Okay, keep this at 5 though. Okay. That's pretty sick. So, let's, oh, did I miss this? No, that's something else. Okay, this is gonna be a lot easier to do because of how much clearer it is. Okay, I'm gonna change that thickness in a moment. Ooh, it's always good have some extra handshakes when you do this, because your hand eventually starts getting a bit tired from clicking over and over again, and last time I checked, it wouldn't be very nice to get carpal tunnel. So I say that like I have carpal tunnel. I don't, but I'm just saying that just don't do this excessively. Or get a, how do you call it? What are those stylus pads or whatever they're called? That looks good. I want to make this, what should I make it? 4, 3, how? Let's make this 3 and see how that looks like. That looks like fine. That looks like fine. That looks like it is fine. Oh my god. I am tired. Okay, this looks good. And I may have messed up here, so I'm just gonna add a little point here to there. Nope, that is not something I want to do. To there. Nope. Why are you doing this? Make sure those are connected. Okay, so now I'm just gonna draw in, actually no, I have to draw in this first. It looks pretty nice from here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfectly exact because, again, it doesn't really matter that much if you're just going to be looking at it. If it's something super close, and that stuff, it matters, but it's also easier to do if it's closer because you have more detail to work with. So just like the other image, I had to zoom in so much that like the pixels were like very like I had to zoom in so much that it was hard to do it because there were also leaves and stuff like that, and I had to do it in super small and it just wasn't so pleasant. Okay, that looks nice. Alright, I still have to make this ball glow. I really don't know how I'm gonna do that, or if I'm gonna be able to achieve that, but I'm gonna try my best. So I'm gonna adjust my chair because I want to be comfortable, just like you guys hopefully are at home. You guys are comfortable. If not, that's not great, but what else do we need to do? We need to do these top parts, and then I think we'll be done with the face. We will. Okay, I'm excited to see how this turns out. Okay. I just want to make sure, Stefan, you put Nick back, right? Just question, just curious. Oopsie-doo. Did you put him back? No, yes. Yes, no. That was not that great. Why did I do that? Let's do that. That's all I wanted to do. Doop. Do. 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 And still have these. Why are the okay, that's a bit the disorganized way to do it. Again, feel free to ask any questions that you have, whether it's about cameras, any stuff like that. I'm pretty much almost done with this, which is very exciting because I want to see how it looks like more close up. Because the other time when I did it with the other photo, it looked good, but it didn't look so good. So, like it looked good for the image, but I just wanted it to be better, because better is better. So I'm just gonna finish this. Oopsie-doo. Finish this. And that looks good. And I really like how this looks like. Let's put this all in one. I don't know why. I must have had a. Let's bring these up. So that's more organized. Put 25 of these in. Let's put them all in one group. Let's call this group original. Do that. Inner glow. I'm just being more organized about this so you guys can visualize it even better. We're gonna make this screen. We're gonna filter. We're gonna convert this to a smart filter. Filter. Gaussian. Blur. What am I? Blur. Gaussian blur. Let's start at 5. And then copy that. And let's name this inner glow 2. And filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Let's make this 10. And it's glowing quite a bit, but I want more, just for, because why not? Glow is amazing. And then Control J, inner glow 3, light. Gonna do that. And then we're gonna do filter, and then 20. And that might be too much. Let's do 20. Okay, and put this and all of these into one group, and we get they just let's also put that in there. Okay. And then we have before, after, completely changes the style of the image, so you can see. Okay, now I want to make this ball glow. Now there are many ways I can do this, and one of the ways I want to try, first of all, I want to make sure that all of these colors are matched. Yeah, they are. Okay, I want to go with brush, start a new layer, this plus sign, scroll in all the way, and just go with the same blue. Let's pick the, yeah, it's a quick trick. If you just zoom in all the way here to the blue, click Alt and then pick this, it will pick the color that you have picked here. So if I go here, you see that it changes. So I'm gonna go with this blue. I want it to be the same blue as this, like some sort of magic. I'll make this significantly bigger. Just gonna paint over. It's gonna look really bad at first, but that is fine with what we're doing. Looks like a 2-year-old drew it. Then we'll work on finer tunes. We'll do an eraser, because an eraser at this in this scenario, I do just want to delete the subject. Oh god, that's not what I want to do. Again, this may look really bad now, but hopefully the way I want to do this will change. Then here, I'm gonna make this smaller. Make it smaller. Go back to the brush. Make it smaller. Just paint it in these areas that aren't fully painted yet. Make a realistic just doing that. Perfect. Okay, and there is a pretty rough cut here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this and just decrease the opacity. Okay, that didn't. Just increase the opacity, like maybe to 50 is good. Okay. I want to make this. Oh yeah, whoops. Gotta unselect that. Control Alt, select the layer. This is a pretty rough, so I'm just gonna make it smoother. And just enlarging it and just touching it in the sides like this. This makes it a bit smoother. It doesn't have to be perfect, but in fact, I want the opacity to be like 60 actually, because that looks good. And actually, now that I look at it here, I realize that here there's a lot of unwanted stuff. I'm gonna make this brush. Okay, I can't change that. Why did it do that? Why is it not? Okay, we're just gonna erase this. just make this best we can. Okay, and now that we do this, we do that, and we put this, first of all, we put this to screen. Second of all, we also put this to screen. Maybe not to screen, let's keep it at normal. And then filter, Gaussian blur, and then Control J, filter, or Gaussian blur. Let's do 40. And that looks good. And we go to a group, make this a group, do ball, glow, mask, glow, and then put this all together to form glow. Okay, and then we go from this picture, which is decent, doesn't look that great, add a little bit of Photoshop and make it this. And if we really want to, we could go to in here, let's do ball glow, let's make, actually let's do another layer, and let's go here to brushes, just look in here, just looking for a sparkle looking brush for something that I'm going to show you guys. Let's do, this looks good. All right. Let's do the size. I really just want this to go away. Okay, good. And you can just do, again, make sure it's in the right color. Okay, that was quite large, so let's make it a bit smaller. Just do small particles. Just splatter around very small particles. And then make those particles glow by doing Control J. And going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, do 20. And then Control J. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then 40. And then you just make those one group, call them particles, there you go, and bring those into the, boom. And yeah, that's about it. So we went from a picture that looks like this, or really like this. We applied a really quick edit, then we applied a cool edit in Photoshop. So this is kind of like a shot that I was looking for, and in fact, actually, something that I could do is go to the ball glow, and if, let's say, I didn't like it too much, I could just, or like I didn't want it to be so intense, I could just go to this and just slowly reduce the opacity to, I think, 80 or so, 85 looks good. And then, yeah. And I think that looks pretty good. So that's, I feel like for these I wouldn't edit the ball. In fact, I like the fact that the ball is like sort of reflecting the image here. So I think that I'm gonna end the stream here because I've pretty much walked you through how I would edit these photos. And for these, I would just go over the mask. And for this, I would do the same thing, just go over the mask. And that's about it. So if you haven't already, subscribe. And the one viewer that I have, thank you for staying and watching all the way through. And I think I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you for staying along. I will maybe make a video this week. I don't know, probably not. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will see you guys all next time. And